Welcome to the Jerky Wrangler. Now, why do we need a Jerky Wrangler? Because we love jerky, and there's so many awesome jerkies out there. I don't know if you've noticed it, but no doubt if you like jerky, you probably have. There seems to be a real jerky renaissance going on right now. It's kind of like what the craft beers went through with the IPAs. Everybody's making them. Well, everybody's making jerky too. All these different small companies, not just the big three anymore, not just Orberto, Jack Link's, Tillamook. And you can find those guys everywhere. And they're not bad jerkies, they're good jerkies. But we have so much variety now. So you can really find awesome jerkies. That's why we need a jerky wrangler to round them up for us so that we can see what's out there and also what types of jerky and how they rate to one another. I'm going to use a scale of 1 to 10, and that gives me a good versatility. Now 10 is going to be your homemade jerky. Now, does that mean a company can't make a 10? No, they will. You're gonna have some good companies out there that are gonna equal what you can make at home. And that's what we're looking for. We're trying to find those 10s. But also, we want to be able to identify what, say, a 5 is, give us a base point, and then that way we can avoid the below 5s, and hopefully all the jerkies that we buy are going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, and those 10s. And it's important because jerky is not cheap, is it? I'm sure you know, you're out there sometimes, you can spend $3 or more per ounce on jerky. That gets pricey. But you know what? What is jerky? Jerky is steak that's been dried, right? In fact, if you were to take just 4 ounces of jerky and then it's rehydrated, it actually equals out to almost a 16-ounce steak before drying. That's pretty awesome, huh? So that's what the Jerky Wrangler is going to be all about for us. And also using that scale of 1 to 10, it enables us to set 5 as that kind of that middle point. Now, 5 is not necessarily bad. Don't think an average jerky is bad, because you can go and you can find a 5, and let's say you get it at a good discount price, and then that way it fits the bill. I mean, when you're on the road or on the trail and you have a 5 and you got it at a great deal at a store, that's great. But again, we're going to really try to shoot for getting this in that upper part of the scale and definitely avoiding the below 5s. Now let's go ahead and give us an example of what a review is going to be like. We have here, this is Sprouts Original Beef Jerky. This is a store branded jerky. Now, did the Sprouts market, did they go out and make their own jerky? No, they didn't. What it is, they probably had one of the big three, possibly Alberto, Jack Link's, Tillamook. It doesn't say on the bag, so we don't really know who made it, but someone else manufactured it for them and put the store brand on there. It's pretty typical. You'll see a lot of this. So your big box stores, your convenience stores across the country, they'll do the same thing. 7-Eleven will have store brand, but again, some larger manufacturers making it for them and putting it under their brand name, their bag. So that's private label jerky. This is what this is. Now, this is going to be, we're going to take a look at one. This is a piece of it out of the bag here. And you'll notice that this jerky, it's fairly bendable, so it's got some tenderness to it, and yet it's not leaving any residue on my hands, so it's not an overly wet jerky. It's fairly dry, but it has some tenderness to it, and the pieces are all pretty uniform. But let's go ahead and taste it, and then we'll describe that for you. That was very easy to bite. So it was a tender jerky. You can taste the hickory smoke flavor that they added to it. Maybe a little hint of soy. The flavors are not overpowering, so you still get the beef flavor coming through. But again, what we're looking at when we get a jerky is how close it gets to the 10 being homemade jerky. Now this is really going to be probably an average jerky. This is going to be a 5. And you'll find that a lot of private label jerkies are just like this. And the reason why is they're probably made by that same manufacturer, that same big manufacturer. So this is a good jerky. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but it's not It's not really the pieces in style that we would find in a 10, but again, it's not bad. So you get this at a good price. It's going to fit the bill for you on the trail or on the road. So this kind of describes what a 5 is like. And also, what we liked about this jerky too was the fact that it had no monosodium glutamate or no sodium nitrate. Now, I personally don't like those two ingredients. Sodium nitrate is really just kind of a preservative. Monosodium glutamate is a flavor enhancer. And really, when you're dealing with a quality piece of meat, why would you need a flavor enhancer? Okay. So, and again, when I made my own jerky, I never used monosodium glutamate or sodium nitrate, and the jerky was awesome. And I'm sure the same thing, if you ever made it, you didn't use those things either. So that's a nice thing about this jerky, is it doesn't have those. But again, just based on the texture, based on the style, based on the overall flavor, I'm going to give this a 5. This is kind of your average. It's kind of what you'll find a lot out there in private labels, or some of the big brand labels will have this same kind of texture, same kind of taste. It is fairly tender again, and so it wasn't too bad. So anyways, that's what a 5 is all about. So I hope you liked my review. I hope you appreciate what we're trying to accomplish here. And I really encourage you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So that way, as soon as I upload the next new review, you can be able to check it out for yourself and be notified of it. So please subscribe. And don't forget, whether you're on the trail or you're on the road, don't forget to bring along the jerky. And bring along the Jerky Wrangler.